Come out to play. Don't you wanna come out to play? Come out, play. Don't you wanna come out to play? Around. Need to do my little let me see. Commercial.
You're looking to take advantage and take control of your future by buying and managing. You're looking to take advantage and take control of your future by buying and managing cash flow business assets. So you're in the right place. Hello, I'm Anthony Washington, and you're tuned into the Systems Management Cash Flow Institute broadcast. I know that's a lot to say. Systems Management Cash Flow Institute, where I talk about acquiring, managing, and cash flowing small and medium sized businesses, also managing risk, ideas for scale and growth. I talk about interesting ideas into interesting people, and I answer your questions right here with each upload. So please allow me to request you take a brief moment and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, let's go.
That was pretty cool. So that video sucked. I made that video terrible. But I'm gonna do better. Gonna do better. I don't expect anybody. I shouldn't say that. I should expect somebody to see this. Um, but I gotta get. I always say this. I gotta get into the repetition of higher of pushing myself. Um, always being comfortable with being uncomfortable. I really see myself as somebody really behind the scenes. That's how I envision myself. I see myself as a servant leader. Um, And that's really how any entrepreneur should see themselves. Anybody who wants to see themselves as somebody who is great should always be mindful of their ability to decrease and let others increase. I believe it was. I think it's attributed to what's his name? Zig Ziglar. The quote: um, "The more people that you help, will." Oh, shit, I'm finna mess it up. If you help enough people along the way achieve their goals, they will help you achieve your goals. I know I butchered that, but basically that's the premise. That's what the basic principle behind it is. If you serve enough people and serve them in a way that helps them, that makes sense to them, in turn, inevitably, you will be helped. And so, you will achieve your goals along the way. What I found is a lot of times helping other people achieve their goals, it helps a lot of ways shape your goals. It helps shape your direction. You're able to learn from other people's mistakes or other people's trajectory, their path. You learn some things. Maybe you are helping them achieve a dream that was a dream of yours, and then you can see for firsthand. Um, Maybe that's not for me, but anyway, why I'm saying that as far as helping enough people is that's the way I see hiring people, delegating people, um, and why I see that as such a valuable skill because um, for one, we are I'm not gonna go into like the economics talk, and but we know there's a shift happening, right? We know that things are changing, and collaboration more than ever is going to be one of those things that will be able to separate um, or will be able to facilitate execution because that's what we lack in our community. And when I say our community, if you feel like you are a part of my community, I don't have to expressly say it, but I know who my people are. If you feel like you're my people, I'm not a separationist, but everybody has their own tribe. But the tribe the bigger tribe that I am part of, that I identify with, the biggest problem that I see is simple execution. And behind that execution is a lack of resources, and a lack of resources comes from a lack of collaboration. There are so many people out there that have so many different skills that are part of my tribe, but we just can't connect the dots. Why we can't connect the dots is part of the reason, part of my uh, what I feel is my mission in life is trying to dissect that and try to correct that and try to create solution to that problem. And what I found is take things all the way back to basics. What I found the problem to be is simple systems management and cash flow. That's why I espouse that doctrine of systems management and cash flow. Systems being able to do things like hire, delegate, and then in that hiring, in that delegating, the tasks that tie things together that makes companies run efficiently. Systems can be, well, I don't want to go down that path, okay? But understand that there's just a need for organization and hiring and delegating. Um, even if you feel like you're not ready, you should be hiring. Uh, you should be working towards hiring. And let me do my little. Let me do my. Can I do my green screen? That show up. Around. Come out to play. Come out, play. Okay, so when it comes to hiring and delegating, I think let me just take this off. So when it comes to hiring and delegating, I believe I'm really kind of coming off the cuff, but I know this stuff so much. I understand it intimately. I went through a period where um, I called, I had interviews, and I have it all documented. A lot of it documented. Most of it documented is 400 about 400 plus interviews with small business owners. And so, well, I kind of said it, documentation. Documentation. Documentation is goodness, that's ugly. All right, let me start over. Let's take it back to basics, okay? When it comes to hiring and delegating, you first need documentation. Simple. It seems like that seems so simple on one spectrum, and then on the other spectrum, it seems like it's just so far in the clouds for some business owners to understand. And when I say documentation, it's simply recording, some kind of recording, whether that be of actual video. So a lot of times, all you have to do is just turn on a microphone, turn on a camera. It's capturing. So I'm not even going. I'm gonna erase video. So documentation, and this is all off the cuff, man. I didn't think about this at all until I just sat down at this computer and like, man, let me do this video. So capturing, um, capturing processes, capturing process, capturing operations, capturing, um, I'd say the mindset or the thought process, thoughts, I would say principles. Yeah, so documentation is capturing the process, the operations, and the thoughts and principles around what you do. Whether that be so you capturing your I'm big on marketing, sales, um, whether that be what do you call creation, manufacturing, creation, and you need to document every single detail. Detail. Okay. Most people do something, especially us as solopreneurs or entrepreneurs who are service providers, entrepreneurs who do things that a lot of times only we feel like only we can do, and a lot of times that's the issue is with a lot of us who are small business owners. depending on what you do, right? Uh, certain things, there are certain things that only you can do. But there's a lot of things that need to get done that I guarantee you that can be handed off to somebody. A lot of things that we do and we don't even we do it so unconsciously. We have a hard time reverse engineering that and really breaking it down, reducing it down to task by task. We are so eh, eh, we easily look at things as a whole. Don't realize the moving, intricate parts of it that can be batched. So I'm a big believer in batching. So hope somebody got that. Let's screenshot that real quick. I'm gonna screenshot that real quick. So yeah, when you do that, when you understand the details, the every little moving part that goes on and what it is that you do, then you're able to break down those moving parts and you're able to uh, hire somebody maybe just to do that one thing. Maybe, for example, I'm doing these videos, right? I do for right now, for the most part, I've hired out a few times, but for the most part, I do everything. I do my thumbnails, I do my posting, um, I do my if I do like scripted video or something that I really want to emphasize, if I have a script that goes along with it, I write the script. Um, you know, prep notes, everything. Right, I'm do everything myself. Right, I'm not proud of that. That's just where I'm at right now, and I'm preaching this because I teach. It's crazy because I teach others how to hire. I teach others how to delegate. I teach others how to organize, but and I teach others how to market. But I'm the worst at taking my own advice. Um, yeah, I'm the worst at taking my own advice. So I do these things to teach myself. Really, I teach others so I can really teach myself because I can see more in others than I can see in myself. I guess is what it is. But anyway, uh, when it comes to the different little intricate details, what I'm learning is that to keep your overhead low. And see, that's another thing. I work with companies that have bigger budgets than I. It's just what it is. And I have a budget. I have money that I could use. I could spend. Um, but sometimes I just hold on to those dollars, man. I just hold on to those dollars because months get slow. It's not always reaping season for me. As a full transparency, as a pretty much solo entrepreneur. I have team members. I have partners in certain aspects, but I'm out here by myself, and sometimes it gets slow. I got a family, got overhead beyond business. Um, things break. Life happens, right? Just bring you full transparency. It's not always harvest season, and so you want to kind of hold on to those dollars tight, not realizing the the principle behind that. You're kind of cutting off the spigot. You have to kind of sow those seeds. And I know it's hard because I've been in that position where I was investing and I was really being trying to be fruitful with investing. When I say investing, investing into my team, investing into systems, and then not seeing the return. So I've been a victim of that, and sometimes you can be fearful, but really that should just that's an opportunity to learn from it and readjust to pivot. But that doesn't mean the principle of investing into a team, investing in the systems doesn't work because it does work. And that goes back to what I said at the beginning, the more you can help other people, the more they will help you. So it's really a com- again, it's a community effort when you can invest in a team, in the right team, and you're going to make the wrong choices. What I really was saying is, you make the wrong choices in hiring. It happens to the best of us. You make the wrong choices in delegating and outsourcing. You might choose the wrong. If you're in e-commerce, you might choose the wrong company to manufacture your product, and so you have quality issues. You got to bite that, So you got to have all these chargebacks and things like that. Those types of things happen, but you learn from it. You don't let it stop you from pursuing that, and from you gotta kind of do your due diligence and go through the gauntlet sometimes. I've hired tons of guys, tons of people. A lot of them have worked out. A lot of them didn't, and vice versa. Shoot, I've been hired by people, and I've done great work for people, and for some reason those relationships soured. Those opportunities soured. It is what it is. So I'm rambling, but you have to continue to make the investment in learning how to delegate, how to hire. Again, I was going back to before. The foundation of it is documentation. That's the easiest way for you to begin to successfully hire, because you got to know what processes are going on. So you capture those processes. I'm a fan of when you capturing those processes. I'm a fan of if you're on the computer, screen capture. So you got screen capture. You got screen capture. You got just turning on the video. You just turn on the video. Like if you're in an office, have a day where you just turn on the video camera and just record everything that's going on. Screen capture your if you have a system. I mean an assistant. Just have them install some type of screen capture on their on the computer. That way you can just capture everything that goes on, every little thing, and then um, video, just writing it down, of course. So thinking out every little process that you do, and then writing it down. Screenshot, screen capture, screenshots, um, audio, recording audio. You know, so really, it's really basic, man. It's really basic as far as putting the building blocks of um, because the building blocks of a business are standard operating procedures, SOPs, standard operating procedures, OPs. That's what you need. Standard operating procedures. And once you got that, you know how many businesses I see that don't have standard operating procedures, SOPs? And just that one little thing can separate you from just a run of the mill business. That can turn you SOPs can turn you into a franchise. SOPs turn you into a machine, a cash flow machine. Because now you know where all your dollars are delegated, what everything is going to. You know what type of software, uh, what type of software to run. You got everything. You got all your expenses, accounting. You got all that just organized in one place. You know pretty much when something is going to be delivered. You know you got a delivery schedule going on. You got a operation schedule going on. When you hire people, you have that automated in a lot of ways. You know, automation is what I'm big on. So yeah, so these that's the foundation. SOPs is the foundation of becoming a franchise, a cash flow machine. Uh, that's when you really stepping into big boy territory of business. You know, you're running a mill business at that point. Hold on, don't let me be rude. Yep, yep, okay. But yeah, um, so yeah, that standard operating procedures, and so from there, once you got your documentation, you got your standard operating procedures, you know exactly what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. You're still gonna have some holes. You may have some vagaries in there because once you really start thinking through every process that goes down in your business, there are some be some how do I really do that? You know, we do it differently every time, and so that's something that you'll just have to consider. And that's what collaboration. That's what team members are for. That's what just critical thinking is all about. Being able to solve those problems or being able to recognize those inefficiencies and tighten that up. Um, so you're not going to have anything perfect, and SOPs should be live documents. They should be always living and breathing, and they should be something that can always be updated. They should always be updated because you shouldn't stay stagnant. The standard operating procedures of McDonald's I know have changed over the years, but what hasn't changed is the fact that they are a system. McDonald's is the first, not the first, but it's the most recognizable and the biggest um, representation example of a system of a tight system that has franchised out all over the world based on just the system. You know, Ray Kroc was a stickler for systems. Um, and then so systems, documentation, or really documentation and then systems, documentation and then systems. And then when it comes to hiring, you really want a dedicated person as soon as you can. Well, let's talk about your first hire. Um, your first hire, your first hire should be some kind of uh, general assistant. So that could be an assistant. You could say a chief of staff, a general manager, admin. Something to that degree. And
You're looking to take advantage and take control of your future by buying and managing cash flow business assets. So you're in the right place. Hello, I'm Anthony Washington, and you're tuned into the Systems Management Cash Flow Institute broadcast. I know that's a lot to say. Systems Management Cash Flow Institute, where I talk about acquiring, managing, and cash flowing small and medium sized businesses, also managing risk, ideas for scale and growth. I talk about interesting ideas and to interesting people, and I answer your questions right here with each upload. So please allow me to request you take a brief moment and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, let's go.